My name is Richard Casper. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I teach the course here at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. This program started basically because after my injuries in war, I didn't know how to deal with myself. I came back, had a brain injury, my best friend was shot and killed. I didn't know myself at that point. Art has helped me by giving me a chance to have a voice again. I used to not be able to leave my house. I couldn't go talk to people. I would physically throw up and get sick. If you could be 0%, that's committing suicide, 100% being the best you can be. After the Marine Corps, after being injured, I was at probably like a 9 or a 10. And after this school, I was back to like 85% me. For people who may struggle like I did and didn't want to break out of the house and be like, I'm not sure if this is going to work, I just want them to know my story and be able to come out here and learn with other combat vets how to do art. And if they're looking for one more way, if they just come out here and give me a chance, it's going to be worth it.
What we were aiming for is to express what we were dealing with, when we were deployed and during our military career, where we literally get out of our element, go on this kind of like alternate reality to go back in time, think about what we went through, and express it to other people.
Just being exposed to different concepts of art, like at the museum and some of the contemporary art we saw, that's what influenced me to try doing a performance piece for my last project.
The opportunity to be at the school was just phenomenal. It was amazing. At lunch, we could go and wander the halls of the museums, and that was pretty awesome.
I think the hardest part was actually talking about what I've been through. It was easy talking to Richard because he is a combat veteran and he has been through stuff I've been through. And
my job was to, go find IEDs or find landmines or anti-personnel landmines and take them apart. And little did I know, I was putting that stuff inside me.
At first, it's a little hard to let yourself become vulnerable. You won't really know what to do right away. It takes a couple days. I know for me, it took a week.
Being surrounded by a bunch of veterans that know what combat feels like, knows the after effects of combat, knows how it feels to come home. It was really comfortable being here.
They're gonna come to class like normal college students, treated like normal people that know how to be like, I can be in college, I am a normal person, and I could live like everybody else lives. If even one of them chose to go to college and study art and has that artist brain to where it saved them, it's totally worth it.
All right, Big Payback, day 2. What's going on? Oh, let me spin this around. So they were doing some ceramic sculpture early in the morning. Yeah, I got quite a few people watching. Welcome. My name is Garrett Leo, art director. If this is your first stream with CreatiVets, it's a good stream to join in. We are currently involved or participating with the Big Payback in Nashville. We're a nonprofit founded in Chicago, but working out of Nashville as well as Chicago. Just making sure everything's set up. Got my chat wherever you're watching. If you got any questions for me or anything you want to say, my sculptures look cool, just drop a comment. Yeah, so we got a pretty packed schedule today. I'll give a little intro to the day. I'm not sure if Luke did any of that. I know we were having some technical difficulties earlier. I'll be on here for 3 hours. I'll be on here till noon. I've got quite a bit to show you. So we are going to do like a little intro to ceramics lesson. So teach you a little bit about clay, talk about how clay works. And we'll do a portrait. My type of work is ceramic portraiture, so I'll do a little bust, and then I'll show you how to make a little face jug. So yeah, that'll be super cool. And then at 11, I'll stop the clay, and I'll do a little unboxing stream. So we, CreatiVets got to send out 10 boxes. Check that out. I'm not going to show you my address. I did that in the last stream. So check out this box. We have some art kits in here. This is our art box. and we sent it to 10 veterans. So I think the news got out there. I think I said it in one of the streams. At 11 o'clock, I'm going to unbox it, take it out, and then I'm going to build it with you all and then do some little painting with it. So, Richard, Brett, Kyle, whoever's watching, can we make sure, I'm not sure if we sent it out, but if we have not yet, can we send an email blast out to those 10 vets so that they know at 11 I'm doing it today? All right, cool. I was up till like, I'll talk while I'm setting myself up. I was up till like 3 a.m., 2 a.m., one of those times, with Badgerfield on Call of Duty. You can watch that stream of us getting our butts kicked and me complaining the entire time. So if you want to watch that video, Timmy's coming back, now hosting us. What's up? If you want to watch that video, you can see our past streams. Maybe we'll do more gaming in the future. So, real quick, ceramic clay. Hold on. Get a text. Is it a technical issue? Okay. They're doing as I asked. Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. As I said about clay, this is a ceramic clay. It's a stoneware clay. The process of clay. Let me just talk about that real quick before I even start making something. Get some pieces out. Okay, this will work. I'll use this piece. So, there's a couple processes to clay. Ceramic clay you sculpt with, and then you eventually have to fire it in what's called a kiln. Okay, so right now the clay is plastic. Okay, when I say plastic, that means that it's super soft, it's malleable, I can move it around, I can sculpt things with it. Okay, so that's pretty much the only state we're going to be working with today is plastic clay. So it's super soft, it's got a lot of moisture in it. Ceramic clay is a water-based clay, so as I'm messing with it, my hands are pulling out the moisture from the clay because water's evaporating, it's soaking into my skin, and then the clay will start drying out. So you can see those cracks forming. That's just because the clay's drying out as I'm messing with it. So you sculpt something in clay, and again, we're going to do a little portrait. Put this guy closer so you can see him while I'm talking. We're going to do a little portrait, and then you let all the moisture dry out of it. Luke said, I love a good moist clay. That's right, bud. Good moist clay. That's the only clay to use. So once you let it all dry out, you fire it in a kiln, which is like a big oven, to like 2,000, 3,000 degrees. They're called cones, the way they measure the temperature. And then it becomes bisque. Now, I don't think I have an example of bisque. Bisque is just a lower temperature of firing it so that you can, once you bisque it, you can paint glazes on it or stains. So I'll show this clay. This is a earthenware clay. It's just a different type. It's a redder clay. So I bisqued it, and then I put on, you can see his yellow teeth, the red spout. I put that color on, and then I fired it again. That's called the final firing. You can fire it more after that, but I did one more after that. And you take it to a hotter temperature, right? And then it makes it even less porous, right? So the lower temperature, it's still pretty porous. That allows you to paint stuff on it, the glazes, which is a sealant, right? So that shiny bit, that red glaze, that was painted on after bisque. And then once you're done, if you fire it to a hot enough temperature like this piece, this is a cone 6 firing, it's weather safe, so you can put it outside. Boom. So there's a couple, yeah, that's it. Done. So there's a couple stages to working with clay. I'll get us set up with the clay. The plastic clay, as I mentioned, and then as it dries, like this clay, the bag was kind of open, so it's like ripping if I bend it. This is called leather hard clay. Luke, good leather hard is a good type of clay as well. That just means it's a good time to carve into it, draw on it, scratch the surface. And then once all the moisture's out, like I said, that's when you want to fire it, once all the moisture is out of it. Otherwise, it could go in the kiln. It is called bone dry. Now, I'm not going to use this clay because I let this clay dry out. So I got to open up a new bag. The cool thing about this clay is I get it from Laguna, I think. Yep. The cool thing about this clay is it can stay moist for a while. I bought this clay like 3 years ago, and it's still pretty moist for me to be able to sculpt with it. I'm gonna slice some bits off instead of. Look at that big old chunk of clay. Leather Heart is my favorite type of clay. That's right. That's a good type of clay. Now I will say this clay is a little hard for my liking, but it's the only option I got because I didn't buy any more. Now, if you can recycle clay, there you go. We just sliced a little slice off that. Super satisfying. I'll just put those bags that I got that the clay's a little too dry. I'll just add a little water in there, and then it'll be good to go. So I'm just making some slices, easier to work with. I'll put this back in the bag. Back in the bag. Boom. We got some exciting stuff planned today. If you're streaming with us all day, I'll kind of go over that too. Right after me, we're gonna have some music classes. Jason Myers is gonna jump back on, do some photography classes, and then later, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go into the wild. Go to our brick and mortar at Bridgeport Art Center and do a little walkthrough interview. Zachary is gonna ask me questions while I show off the space. So if you haven't been to Bridgeport Art Center in Chicago and haven't seen our space, you'll be able to see it today. And if you're not from Chicago, you get to see a little bit of Chicago today, a little bit of the Bridgeport area. And I'll also be able to show off, the space looks really nice. I set up some of our past participants' work is out on display. So I'll be able to show those off, talk about material process and our art programs we got going on in Chicago. So I'm just breaking these down into smaller pieces so they're easier to work with. It's pretty satisfying. What time is the tour? Hold up. Let me check it just to confirm. The tour is at 4 o'clock. So it's like our finale for the day, about 4 to 5. Luke asked what time the tour was. But yeah, so I've got a pretty artsy plan for it. You know, I'm gonna start on the outside, show off the outside of the building, and then I'll take you all up. I think that's gonna be, I don't remember what we said we were gonna do. It's either gonna be Facebook or Instagram exclusive. So if you don't have an Instagram, you have plenty of time to go make one. Follow my accounts, follow CreatiVets, and then you can be on the tour. All right, so I need to get water. I didn't even grab water. Hold on. Let me go grab that. Here's some of the tools I'm going to use. You can look at those while I go grab a cup of water. I'm back. Don't worry. Alright. I got my cup of water. I also grabbed the hair tie. Just in case my hair gets a little wet. Now, what you can't see is I have a huge... I'll leave that comment there for a second. What did I even put in here? I have a huge bin of tools over here. Just getting a little rag out. As you can see on my desk, I put down some canvas. This is just to keep the clay from sticking to my desk like I did last time. So, I'm not going to use the spinning wheel yet, the banding wheel. I'm going to build like this. Now, I'm going to be building solid today. So a little, again, 101 ceramics. Let's see. Nope, not that. There we go. There we go. People jumping on Facebook. What's going on, Facebook? Big Payback. You watching stuff for CreatiVets? Donate to CreatiVets right now. Do it. Donate $10. If you donate $10 or anything, and I get a confirmation that you donated, I'll let you decide the title of a piece. I'll let you decide how I sculpt the piece, who I sculpt. If you donate right now, I'll let you decide who I sculpt today. But I got to get a confirmation from my team that you donated. So back to Ceramics 101. This is a solid chunk of clay. It's got a lot of moisture in it. It's got potentially air pockets in it. When you fire clay pieces, boom, thanks for the sparks. When you fire clay pieces, you have to hollow them out. You see that? I hollowed it all the way out. Can you see all the way in there? Check that out. The reason that is that, again, we don't want things to explode in the kiln, and if there's air inside, air pockets or moisture pockets, it'll find a way out in the firing process. So I'm going to build solid today, but just know I am going to hollow it. Yeah. Cool. Oh. Like, this guy's all over the place. Yeah, of course. I do have a piece of bone dry clay. So this clay is the color of the clay when it's got a lot of water in it. This is one of the pieces that I made for our first CreatiVets stream. I did a ceramic portraiture demo, right? Bringing back the good streams. So again, this is hollow. I did a super good job hollowing this piece. I'm proud of this. But so he's ready to be fired. I just haven't taken him to the studio to get fired yet. I'm gonna put him back over here so I don't break it. When a piece is bone dry, it is the most fragile it's ever gonna be, and throughout the process. So you really want to make sure that when you've got a bone dry piece, you're leaving it alone, you're not messing with it, and you're not breaking it. Shout out to SAC for the cool limited edition SAC CreatiVets collab. In the back, it's got embroidered. What does it have embroidered? Citizenship? Right? Maybe I'll just do some pinch pots to start. So there's a couple, yeah, I'll do that. The couple of the building blocks for clay are coils, pinch pots, and slabs. So I'll kind of teach you that first. A coil is a string of clay, right? So I'm pinching it, I'm like squishing it in my hands to like a hot dog shape, and then on my canvas, I can roll it out. Now what you can do with this is you can build up with it. Any other clay people on the stream right now? Anyone dabbling in the arts during social distancing? So you can roll it out like this into a coil, and I can use this to build right up and up and up into a cup. I'll be using coils to add facial features in a minute, so that's one thing. A pinch pot. I'm just getting a little water because this, again, like I said, this clay's a little bit dry, but it'll be fine. All these people watching, welcome to CreatiVets. Go donate. Today's the big payback, the last day. Go donate to CreatiVets. Do a good thing for today. You donate. We're able to keep doing programs for veterans. We bring veterans to Nashville to write hit songs, or write songs with hit songwriters. We bring veterans to Chicago to view our beautiful city and make awesome art with the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, with Art Reach Chicago, at our space. Right. Okay, so pinch pot. This is to make a little cup form. Start with a sphere. Push your thumb inside or your finger. And now I'm going to pinch and rotate. I'm going to try to do it this way so you can see. So I'm pressing with this right here, right? I'm not pinching to pinch. Pinching with like a duck bill is what I always say. So gradually, the thing with clay is you want to work gradually. You do not want to force it. You force it, it'll start to rip, to break. You don't want that. See, I pressed too hard there and it ripped it. I'm just going to smear that over. Don't worry about it. Pinch, pinch, pinch. What's going on Facebook? Facebook number is going wild right now. Who's watching right now? If you're watching me right now, tell me where you're from so I can get a sense of who's watching me. Is it the Chicago peeps? Is it the Nashville peeps? Are you from Texas? Are you from Fort Worth? Okay, so now I'm pressing down the bottom. I want a flat bottom. The thing that you need to make sure you're doing as you're sculpting or making a pinch pot or doing whatever with clay is you're looking for the thickness of like a pencil or a little bit thicker, right? So I'm pinching the wall to the thickness that I want. Again, I've done this for Fort Worth. You know, we got a Fort Worth person in the chat. What is that, like a suburb of Dallas? You see that fancy technique I just did? Just hit it on the canvas like that. So now I got a cool little cup. Now, what I actually do with these, I'll actually use this. John, what's up, John? John's like taking notes right now. John's like, I'm going to take notes and I'm going to start doing sculpt. John, are you going to sculpt with me today? Kyle says it is a suburb of Dallas. That's weird. I didn't think that was. Yeah, I'm just pinching again trying to do a little thinner. The one thing I will say, and I think I said this in the ceramic stream, my pieces are always very heavy because I always add a lot to the surface. So I'm trying to do better. Got a donation from Jamie. Jamie, if you're watching the stream right now and you want to tell me who to sculpt or something to do today, or if you want to title the piece, drop a comment. You can control it. I did a couple streams like this where I let the audience choose the fate of the art. I did that for the my walls covered in all of my art that I've been making. You see that clay's kind of hard. I did it for a comic. Again, Jamie, you just donated. If you're watching the stream, you can give me some feedback on what you want me to do. John said, wasn't planning it, but since you put me on the spot, I'm on my way to the garage. That's right. You got the stuff. Let's do it. So I'm going to make two pinch pots to show you how to make a face jug. All right, this little guy. So I make two pinch pots, and then I'll kind of coconut shell them together, and then I'll make a little spout for it. And then we'll add the face. Now, because this clay is pretty hard, I'll be able to add the face like right away. So that'll be good. Okay, so try to get it as compressed as possible, right? Doesn't have to be super smooth, but just make sure there's no big cracks in it or anything, right? As far as weight, I don't know. All clay is different weights because of how much moisture it can hold. So I'm guesstimating how much clay I need. So because this clay is pretty hard, again, I'm just taking my time pressing with it. Don't rush it. You got to ease the clay into its movements. The clay remembers things. So if you mess with a spot a lot and you fire it, most likely that spot is going to be the weak point. Jamie, if you're watching, again, you have control right now. You donated during my stream. You can tell me what to do with the art piece. Okay. I'm just rotating it slowly as I'm pressing, gradually pressing it together. I want to work on the bottom. And when I'm pressing down like this, you can't see it. I'm trying to press into that corner, right? Because I don't want a rounded bottom. I want a square bottom. Or like have a corner, you know. Facebook numbers jumping all over the place. I'm watching you, Facebook people. If you're watching on Facebook, go start a watch party. Can you do that for me? If you go start a watch party and someone sees it, another confirmation thing, I'll let you give a little feedback on the piece too. Go start a watch party, and you could do it in a group. You could just do it on your page so your friends and family see. But go start a watch party. It helps people join the stream. Do it. Do it now, please. Thank you. Hands cramping. A little bit about me if you haven't watched any of other streams with me. I'm a ceramicist, do everything artist. I do a little bit of everything. But I love working in clay. And when I was studying at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, I slurred that together. School of the Art Institute of Chicago. I used to work on these giant, like 6 foot, 7 foot tall figures made out of clay. I'd coil it up like this, ground all the way up 6 feet tall. Where was I going with that? Why did I bring that up? What was I going to tell you? It was going to be something cool. What was I going to tell you? If I haven't already said, I was up playing video games till like 2 a.m. last night with Badgerfield and my buddies, so I'm a little tired. Why was I going to tell you about my coal miners? Just to tell you about them? Go check those out, GarrettLeo.com. You can see my art. Okay, that's about where I want it. You following along, John? John's getting his setup ready. He had his clay ready. In his garage, his studio. So on Facebook, someone did a party because we got more people jumping on. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so coconut shell. I'm gonna trim a little bit because the top's a little uneven. Pro tip: always cut away from yourself. I didn't do that, but. Okay. You like that? Perfect. Tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me prep these to absorb water. So let's do a little take care of your clay talk. When you got clay like this, it's kind of dry. What I was taught is to knock it into square shapes, pop some holes in it, put it in a bag and add water. So that's what I'm going to do. So as I'm working, this clay can be rehydrating a bit, so it's easier to work with. Makes a satisfying noise. Okay, so I can put these back in my bag. That. Boom. Something to be mindful of if you're doing red clay. This stuff will stain a bit. So wear clothes that you're fine getting stained. Someone's sharing on Facebook because more people are jumping on. Thank you. Okay, so then I close my bags. The water's covering it, and those will dry. So now my 2 cups are 2 different of shapes. Awesome Ketchup says I look tired. You know what? What time you go to sleep? 11? Richard was on streaming. Was on hanging out in the party for a little bit. He was too scared. He didn't want to stay on all night. I woke up right before this stream, Richard. I woke up, got dressed, brushed my teeth, combed my hair back. I said, let's make some clay. Committed. So I'm just kind of opening up the one, closing the other one as far as shapes, so that they go together a little bit better. I'm going to attach these. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you the steps in a second. Water break. Check out this cool cup I have. This little beer stein. It's not beer in there, it's water. Little White House on there. Little flags on the side. You see that? Hold on. Boom. Pretty cool. Ceramic. If you make cool ceramic stuff, or you just make ceramic stuff and you don't consider it cool, but you still make stuff, tag us in it on Instagram or Facebook so we can see it. Okay, so these will go together how I want them. So you can see I have like a pineapple shape, right? It's small, goes out, goes back in. Let's attach it. So the process for attaching things is called slipping and scoring. I'm going to grab my tools that I slip and score with. There's a couple. Let's show a variety of things, shall we? Let's show a variety of things. Here is... Okay. So, a couple tools that I have for scoring. When I sculpted large, I had this cool ice pick. Right? I have this little custom-made needle cork. That's pretty cool. the classic needle tool, and the classic serrated rib, a little serrated edge. So slipping and scoring refers to the process of attaching ceramic pieces together. So these both are, right, they're a little bit dry, so I need to rehydrate them. I'm going to add the glue, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll use the rib. I'm going to scratch the surface. That is called the scoring, right? The slipping. Now, I have slip, I think. Yep, I do. Slip is the same clay you're using, but rehydrated so it's gross and slimy. Let's check out this bucket. It's just like a paste. Now you could, thank you Awesome Ketchup for the sparks. You can have this so it's super liquidy, or you can have it where it's a paste. I prefer the paste. I don't like when it's super liquidy. What this acts as is when you score it and you add the slip. Oh, I just got clay on my finger and I can't do my little hand demo gestures. So here's the surface of the clay, right? When it's not scratched or scored. When you score it, it opens up all these little fingers, right? The little scratchy parts. When you add the slip, it fills in. Thank you, Timmy's comeback for the sparks. It fills in all the little fingers with a glue, and then you're going to squish it together so that the fingers are interlocked, but then there's also glue running through it, which is the slip. What? That's pretty cool. Just got a picture. So, someone got one of our prints and put it in their office. That's pretty cool. Can I show the picture? Can I show the picture? Can I get a confirmation on being able to show the picture, team? We have that's what I was going to do. I was going to do it at 10. I'm going to do a giveaway today, as I've been doing every time I jump on a stream now. I designed a toy soldier print. You might be familiar with it if you follow me or have been following CreatiVets. So I made a toy soldier print. It was like a team collaboration for the idea, and then I brought it together in a drawing. And we printed a bunch on a risograph. I'm just reaching down to get the clay. So I'll do a giveaway. But someone has acquired the piece and has it hung up in their office, which is super cool. Thank you for the support. If you're interested in acquiring some of the prints, DM me, Manglazed Black, on Instagram, and I will get you some. I donate the money back to CreatiVets. So just know that if you're buying a print, you're still supporting us. Can someone put my hands are dirty. Can someone put my Instagram in there if someone wants to acquire a print? Hold on, I'll show the print. I got it under my desk. And it's in a case, so I won't get it dirty. This print, check that out. So if you want, I'm going to do this in a better way later at like 10-ish. If you want to acquire one of these pieces, DM me on Instagram. And you can purchase some, and your donation, it'll be a donation to CreatiVets. Let's see. Dan's talking smack. I haven't sent him one. Well, I'll send you one now, Dan. Okay, so now I'm going to press the seams together. I added my slip. And now I'm gently pressing the two pieces together. So you can see that some of the slip is squishing out. That's good. Just like this. Just kind of keeping the shape together. And I'm going to score the outside. So first I'm going to do a pretty deep score with my cork with needles. And I'm going to score in like an X shape. Now the reason you don't I'm not going to just score one direction, I'm going to go back and score the other way, is so that, again, you're mixing up that clay. You're mixing up the clay like particle structure with these deep scores, it's getting in past the just the seam. It's going into the clay itself. Another great tool if you don't want to make one of these crazy little dangerous ones, use a fork. I couldn't find my fork. I'd actually prefer to use my fork, but I couldn't find it. So do your scoring with that along the seam. Boom. And then you're going to take your serrated rib and you're going to do the same thing. One direction, the other way, maybe we'll go left and right. Now with this tool, you can kind of actually shape the whole thing. So I'm scoring past just the seam, doing the whole surface of your little vessel we got going on. Be careful with this. I'm holding it, kind of bending it when I'm scoring. But this back part is not sharp, but it's thin enough and made out of a metal that it can slice your finger pretty bad. I remember the stream I literally mentioned that like a second later I cut myself with the metal rib. So please don't do that. Be safe. Just be careful. Watch your hands. I'm gonna roll it to get it back to a shape I like. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Boom, just like that. So now I have my little like coconut grenade shape. Okay. Now we're gonna add our spout. Now you can see this shape. It's similar, but then you're missing that like into a spout shape. So we're gonna do that now. So this has got air trapped in it, so it'll hold its shape very well. Let's see. Boom. All right. Now let's grab. There we go. See, that clay is instantly just a little bit more pliable. It's gonna make some gross noises. It's probably picking it up in the mic. People are like, "This is disgusting. This is not the ASMR video I wanted." It's all good. I'm gonna try my best not to touch any of the keyboards or mouse. So don't get it dirty. So I'm tearing it and re-squishing it into itself. When you're gonna throw on a wheel, right? If you were gonna throw on a wheel, you'd want to wedge. It's like kneading of the clay. It gets all the air out. Because I'm gonna sculpt with it, I just need to. What I'm doing right now, it's not necessarily wedging, but it's just reharmonizing the moisture levels. If you just hopped on our stream, my name's Garrett Leo, the art director for CreatiVets, doing some 101 ceramic sculpture today. Go donate to CreatiVets. Today's Big Payback. I think, can't remember if we've almost reached our goal, or we reached our goal, Kyle. But we're gonna, even if we reach the goal, we're gonna up it. So please go donate. You donate to us, you help us run our programs, keep our programs running in Chicago and Nashville and across the country. So please do that. Again, I'm going to do a little giveaway. I think if you donate, it's a good price. I think I said 100. If you donate $100, I'll send you a print. I've been doing a lot of giveaways. Let's do a little donate. You get a print. I'll sign it. Maybe we'll put a little sketch in there. Okay, so I'm smearing it into a sphere. Get rid of all those cracks. My hair's tickling my face. I'm excited about going to Bridgeport later, showing you all that. That'd be super cool. And again at 11, I'll be stopping this and doing a bird box demo. Unboxing stream. So now I've got this sphere shape. I'm gonna make it into like a cork shape. Cork. So I'm just rolling it on the table. Not a lot of pressure. All right, take your time. Now I've got this like marshmallow cork shape. I'm gonna make my spout. Now I'm sure there's better ways to make a spout, but this is what I did when I first started making face jugs in my apartment. So I'm just gonna press in both sides until I meet in the middle. It's like a squished marshmallow. Pressing my finger through so it's an even cylinder. Now I'm actually squishing it on my finger to kind of even it out like that. Boom. Make it a nice top of the spout. How'd you guys do after I left last night? Richard's asking about the video games. More of the same. I mean, we played Cyber for a little bit, and we're kicking butt on that. But we lost Finn. Finn left to play with his PS4 buddies. And then my brother George got off because he does have school right now. And then it was just me, Badger, and Max. But we did pretty good. John sent me a message on Instagram. He's making clay. I know it. I gotta check in a second. Let me finish this. So I'm just pinching it into like a nice little curved out spout. I like those spouts. And I'm making sure this is where, you're gonna drink out of this, ideally. So you don't want this super thick. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. So I'm just gonna thin it out. All right. I'm straightening it. So when I press it down on the canvas like this, it's making sure that top spout is flat. That's a little trick for you. If you want the top of a cup flat or your spout flat, just set it on some canvas. You don't need to press super hard. You press super hard, you're going to get a weird shape going. Please don't do that. And again, I'm just going in and making sure all copacetic. So that'll be my spout. Right, it's a pretty big spout, but it looks cool. Now the bottom I'm pinching so it's kind of flared out too. That's so I'm gonna score this, and then put this like on it. And I'm gonna make the top of this a little bit more pointed, so that it fits on top of the ring. Real nice. Is that too big of a spout? I don't know. All right, hold on. Let me look at this message John sent me. He's probably making clay stuff. Super awesome. Let's get it. Oh, look at the setup. Got the clay, got the stream going. That's what I'm talking about, John. Make a face jug. Maybe we'll do it the other way. Ooh. All right, let me cut this. Using my X-Acto blade. Now again, when this is drier, which it is right now, it's not leather hard, but it's getting there. You can make really crisp, nice cut lines. I just messed up my line. Whoops. Boom, just like that. Now I've got a little spout topper. Do I want it that way? No. This way. I don't really like the shape, the size of the spout. That way. Good thing about clay is, cut it up, recycle it, make a new one. Boom, just like that. Changing the spout size. So there we go. That looks a little bit better for the shape. I don't want it too crazy. Although maybe I could make it like a little spout, like to pour things. Ooh. Hold on. Yeah, now we're talking. I got a little spouty do. So we'll do a one-off spouted jug, face jug. Smooth out the little cracks I see. So now, check this. Perfect. Cool. It's like a little hat too. We'll make it look like a hat. All right, so I will take my X-Acto blade. Now, usually I make this and then I let it sit overnight underneath plastic, and then the next day when I slice into it, it like releases all the air and it's a really fun sound. But it didn't do that this time. It's all good. People watching. I know John's making clay. Is anyone else making some art today with us? Or making art in general? What are people doing besides watching the stream? Some people put this stream on and just stare at us, which is awesome because then you ask me questions. But other people put it on in the background and do other things. Anyone got any big plans today? Other than hanging out with us all day and donating? Awesome Ketchup is cooking eggs. For those of you that don't know Awesome Ketchup and his egg cooking, that doesn't surprise me. I think I've been to his house a handful of times, and he's either cooking eggs or turkey burgers. One of the two. Never at the same time. Cooking some eggs. I'm going to send them to Kyle. Yeah, I'm sure Kyle would love that. Okay, the seam on the outside is secure. I was just taking my finger and smoothing out the seam on the inside. Just gently. And again, that's so... it's so that if you put your finger in there, you don't slice your finger open when you're washing it. Because this is a jug, you won't really be able to get your finger in there. You'll have to use something else. But still want to make sure it's not slicing anyone's fingers. Water break. Keep flipping my hair. It's going to be dramatic all the time. Send them to the trash, Kyle says. I forgot Kyle has that. He doesn't like eggs. Weird. All right. Do a little pour vase. Do I want the pour vase? I don't even want the pour vase anymore. Keep the pour vase. Pour spout. I keep saying pour vase. Do we want the pour spout? Someone help me. Someone decide. I've never done it. I don't necessarily want it. I'm going to work on an alternate spout. Do people want the pour spout or do people want a jug spout? John, I'm going to let you decide because I know you're working. Kyle's so hateful about eggs, man. Now, all these little bits of clay I'll probably put in my reclaim bucket. That is the bucket with all the slip. Again, you can, as long as you don't fire ceramics, you can break it back down and reuse it. Let's take a poll. Who would want to see some like race car video game streaming? I think Kyle could do that. That'd be super fun. Just shaping it. They're terrible. Kyle, eggs are not terrible. Eggs are pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to use a different tool to make the spout hole for this guy because I didn't like how big the other one was. It was because I had my big Freddie Flintstone fingers in it. Kyle, if you could go get your race car ready. Kyle is our race car man for CreatiVets. If you could go Instagram Live in a race car and stream that for CreatiVets, I think that'd be a super cool stream. Go do that right now. Kick someone off the schedule today, and then just go race around the suburbs of Dallas. So I'm just spinning this so that it's opening up the inside. Again, gently. There we go. I'm an itch in my ear, and I don't want to do that with clay on my fingers. Oh boy. No street racing, track only. Alright. Fair enough. reshaping the top of the spout here so that I can attach it. I'm going to go with the top one. $474 till we reach our goal. People, go download. Go donate now. Do it right now. Please. Go donate. If you donate $100 right now, if you donate between $50 and $100 right now, I will send you a print. Did we hear that? Richard, can you put that on our Instagram story? If you donate between $50 and $100 before the end of the stream, I will send you a print. If you donate the $100, I'll send you an autograph print with a little sketch. Okay, so for this, scoring it. And add a little schlip. Donate now. $50 will get you a print. Right now. Go. Do it. Kyle will tell me if you donate $50. I will send you a print. It'll be in the mail by the end of the week. I sent out a print yesterday. Ooh! Awesome ketchup with 10,000 sparks. Just showing off with the sparks amount. 10,000. Crazy. Alright. So maybe I won't get the portraiture. The big guy. I'll just work on this thing today. That's cool with me. Because then I can stop. It'll be done. And I'll stop and then I can do the birdhouse. Cool. People are tweeting about CreatiVets. If you don't follow us on Twitter, go follow us on Twitter. Ooh. Awesome ketchup with 40,000. He's just showing off now. But see, you've been sleeping. I can't. Let me click. I've been watching all of our streams with my Mixer account. I could drop $100,000 right now in sparklers. Okay. So, reshaping the spout, making sure that's nice. I squished it down, right? Okay. And now I'm going to score it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little Band-Aid. So like basically a thin coil, like a flat one, to go on that seam, so that when I score it, it just has a little bit more clay to move around. Facebook, we got 3 people on Facebook. We had like 6. Facebook people, can you make a hosting party? Can you host this? What's it called? Watch party. Can you go make a watch party? Get some of your friends and family on. Go tell them about my prints I'm giving away. Donate $50 right now during my stream. You have until 12 because I'm here until 12. I will send you a print. You donate $100, I will send you an autograph print with a little sketch. Little tiny toy soldier sketch. I will show the print off after I'm done with the clay, so I don't have to get it messy. Unless you want a messy print. Okay. Move our spout. Now I'm going to use the back of this to smooth it. See that? Smoothing out all those scratches. Just like that. And now we have a little bottle. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to detail the bottle first. So I'm going to make a little lip here. And this is, I think I talked about these tools in the last stream, but these are a super great set of tools. These little plastic guys. This is my favorite tool of all time. It's got a curved edge and then like a rounded bottom. You can get these. You could probably get them on Amazon, honestly. But I got them from Blick, art store in Chicago. I'm not sure if they're in other states. But they're super nice because you can carve through the clay. And they're easy to clean. Boom. See that? Do you see the... Right, I'm making the bottle part. I haven't gotten a text from my team telling me that we've had a donation of $50, but $50 gets you a print today. Goes to a good cause. If I get confirmation, I will send it to you. What is this? No. Uh-oh. Team working together. So this is we're going to get to face sculpting in a second. I am going to put a face on this, but I'm just cleaning up that spout. In other news, I finished if you've been watching all the other streams with me and watching the ink drawings and stuff, I finished the outline of my graphic novel yesterday. So now all I have to do is ink it, scan it, and then it's done. Well, part one is done. It's two-part graphic novel. But that's pretty exciting. Okay, I'm gonna put portrait to the side. I'm gonna take all this dry clay. Sorry about the noise. 2 people on Facebook. We just lost someone. They left. They said, I'm done. Okay, so you're going to hit this into a square. Watch me knock the camera down. Square-ish shape. Take a tool. Oh. I'd hit it a lot harder, but then it would knock my camera down. Put some holes in it. I'm going to do a little donkey dunk in the clay, or in the water, and then put that in the bag. Right. Now, I will say, this clay will dry out your hands. So if you are going to work with ceramic clay, make sure you got some lotion or Vaseline to put on your hands after, because it'll dry them out. Especially in the winter, it is not kind on your skin. So you just got to take care of yourself. So I'm going to put this... I have a taller one, but then you can't see it. So I'll put this here. Boom, look at that. So now I can see it a little bit better. And I'm just trying to make that top of the bottle nice. This is just decorative. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I like it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just carving it down a little bit, taking some clay off. Something I could use to take off some is these little loop tools. You use this for trimming when you do like wheel throwing on the wheel. but I'm going to use it to kind of just, I know my clay is super thick, so I'm going to take off a little bit, reshape it to how I want it. So if I see any uneven spots, I'm just going to shave it down a little bit. Goal reached. Hold up. Did we get bigger donations during this time, Kyle? Do I need to send prints away? We just reached our goal. Look at that. Now we got to go above the goal. Let's break the bar. Raise the bar, not break the bar. Do I need to send prints out, Kyle? I'm excited about that. You owe someone a print. That's what I'm talking about. Sending out a print today. I'm assuming I'm going to send out a little sketch too, so I will get that sketched up and sent your way, whoever that was. Thank you so much for your donation. Can I have like sparklers reach? Yeah, I want that GIF on the screen. Sweet, we reached our goal. That's awesome. Thank you, whoever just donated. We really appreciate it. I will have a print, signed, autographed, sent your way. Okay, now I'm taking my water and I'm just going to kind of rehydrate the surface. All right. I know that name. I know who donated. I think that's Larry. Larry. Thank you for your donation. We appreciate it. We got the goal. Now we got to go above and beyond. But I will be getting a print your way. Are you watching right now? Maybe on Facebook. Maybe you're one of the Facebook people. So again, I'm just smoothing out the surface of the bottle shape. But I am going to be sculpting a face on it. I'm going to squish the top down. Now it's important when you're doing sculpture work, look at it from different sides. This banding wheel is super nice because I can just smoothly spin it as I'm working. Cool. All right, let's add a face. All right, sound good. So here's my little example. Now when I sculpt, it's pretty exaggerated, but let's get to it. I got another hour before I got to do the bird unboxing demo. Check my phone, getting some texts. Yes. Excited about that donation. Thank you again. Definitely, I'm gonna send you a special print. Send you a little box of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna do a little face demo. So let me just kind of talk through it, and then I'll work on it back here, and I'll show you. So when you do a face, mine are pretty ugly. Sorry, if you want to make a really nice face, that's not gonna happen with me because I make really ugly things. I'm gonna start with the nose. It's the first shape that I make. And then when you're sculpting, it's imagining, right, this is a flat surface. You're building the face out. Okay, so the things that I focus on are like your bone structures to exaggerate, and then it kind of sculpts into a face. So what I mean by that is you're going to do the nose first, and then I'll add these pieces of clay here for the cheekbones and eyes, or the eyebrows, right? And then I'll add the ears, and then I'll do like some little cheek wrinkles, and then the mouth lips. Dan's asking if I should tell everyone if we hit our goal. I think I already said that, Dan. Tough. Keep donating, though. Fired. Okay, so you do your little face lips here, right? Your nose, your eyes, your cheekbones, your forehead wrinkles. So start with the general shapes, right? Like a blurred face of just shapes. Yeah, Dan's literally telling me to do everything I'm already doing. Dan's texting me right now. Thank you, everyone. We've reached our goal that we set for the Big Payback. So we're already there. but now we need to go above and beyond. So if you have not donated already, I've got prints. Yeah, I got prints I'm sending out. So someone just donated and just said, let's finish the goal, let's go above it. If you donate $50, I will send you a print. If you donate $100, I will send you a print autographed, and I'll send you a little sketch with it. So if you are interested in any of that, let me show the print. Let me show the print. People are like, what print? Boom. Right here. This print, 11 by 17 risograph print. All those were hand drawn by yours truly, and then reprinted on a risograph machine. So if you're interested in this print, super cool. Hanging in your office, hanging in your home somewhere, your work, anywhere. You can talk about CreatiVets. You can talk about mental health. You can talk about supporting your veterans. So if you want that print to be able to have those conversations, donate now. Like I said, we just reached our goal. Right? Started day 2, that's awesome, but we got a whole day of people. If you got it, donate it, and we can move it forward with some good energy. Yeah. Wish I could play music, but I can't. YouTube will take our audio out. All right, so back to the face demo. Look at that. Mwah. Look at that guy. All right, let's do it. So I'll leave this here while I sculpt, so you can. I'll like spin it back and forth. Hopefully I don't knock him off the thing. So I'm going to start with the eyes first, the eyebrows. I'll start with the eyebrows. Oh, so before, like I just smoothed the surface, it's got a little water on it. You're going to score the surface, right? Because I am going to be attaching things. Now when I attach things, I'm not going to be scoring the little pieces I'm adding because they're so small. And I'm going to smear it into the clay. I'm adding a little bit of water to the surface. Just like that. So I'm going to make a like crescent moon shape for the eyebrow. Right? Ooh. I'm going to make another one. See, I just lightly pressed it on there for now. I will do something called welding in a moment. So it's got a flat part, but it is like a crescent moon shape or like a triangle with a flat bottom, a little Dorito pouch. Press it again lightly. And now I'm going to do something called welding. So I'm going to take, you can use your finger or a tool, and you want to smooth the connecting seams. You see that? How I welded that? Compare. Welded, not welded. Welded, that's what you want. Okay, so I'm going to spin this around. You can look at the little guy while I weld it. And what that does is, again, you're compressing the clay into itself. And any parts that are not connected will be connected because you're pressing it together. And that water, I didn't use slip, but that water acts as a glue. All right, so now I've got my eyebrow areas. I'm gonna make a thin coil and make some wrinkles. So I'm just gonna take this coil with like some pinched off edges and make some wrinkles on there on his forehead. And again, same thing. I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to weld. And then that just makes sure that clay that you just added isn't going to blow up, pop off. Boom. So I've got this like piece of meat here that I can now press in and draw wrinkles on. I'll do that later, right? Again, you're building the blurry face now. We'll add our details in a moment. So now I'm going to do cheekbone. It's similar to the forehead, or like the eyebrow area. This time, it's a thick boy crescent moon shape. pointed edges, flat back, right? That's going to go right here. And then that's where his eye's going to go in there, right? And I'm using my fingers to weld it down. I'm going to do one more of those. Same shape. I'll let it spin while I sculpt. And a crescent moon, thick boy shape. Put it underneath the other eye. Press. Okay. Now I'm going to do the nose. Get clay all in my hair while I'm doing it. Now for the nose, you're going to start with, I'll do a small nose, that'd be funny. Yeah. You're going to make a teardrop shape. Like this. That's going to go right in the middle of the nose. Now when you're adding plastic clay to plastic clay, right, they're both super wet, a lot of moisture in it. As long as you're compressing it and squishing it and smearing and welding the edges, you don't need to slip and sculpt. That's just my personal opinion. I'm pretty confident in my knowledge there. I've done it a lot. Sometimes things break, sometimes things don't. That's one of the. Now I made 2 spheres for the nostrils. Take my tool, weld it on. That's the thing with clay, ceramics. You really just got to be comfortable with things break. I guess it goes for all art. Things break, but you can always make more. You can always make things better. All right. I tell my students that we're all practicing artists, so every art piece you make is great, but you can always improve things. So don't make a piece and be like, well, I'm done making things now. I've made it. That's it. No, always make more. Okay, so now I'm gonna take. You can see his little nose forming there. That face is coming together. Take the back end of my rounded out tool, and I'm gonna press some nostril holes in there. And get creative with your tools. I have a whole bin over here. If you want to look at the, I'm not gonna lift it now, but if you want to look at the bin, go to our other stream once we're done today and watch the face sculpting demo where I did the little portrait. I did a couple, so you have to watch a couple videos or skim through them. Do some. But a lot of my tools, I bought the intro to clay set when I started at the Schoolyard Institute of Chicago, and then I now have this huge container of tools because I've just collected them elsewhere. I didn't steal them. People would leave them behind. I would take them in the studio. But a lot of the tools that you can get are like everyday things we use. Like I said, forks, knives, spoons. Those are all super great tools. There's my little nose. I'll give this jug away too. Once I finish it, we'll do a little raffle. We'll raffle it off. Okay. Just smearing out those cheekbone areas. One of the cheekbones is a little small, so I'm adding a little band-aid to it. It is 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. Got a lot of people on Mixer. Right on. Thank you for streaming with us today. Today is, if you haven't heard it already, it is the Big Payback. Day 2. It's the last day for it. So please, if you can, donate. If you donate it, it helps us get our art kits out to vet. It helps us do our programs in person. Helps us keep these virtual programs running. We do a lot. We do a little bit of everything. It's important. It's important work. Okay. So I add a little bit more clay to the bridge of the nose area so I can sculpt that later. But you can kind of see that face is coming together, right? Again, you're starting from a flat surface and you're building out of it. That's what we're going for in the end. Okay. I like the bottle shape, though. I've always done short little spouts, but the tall spouts are pretty cool, too. All right, I'm gonna do the ears. The ears are super fun. You just kind of squish the clay. Looks like Voldemort. Yeah, it does. You squish the clay into like a random ear shape. Right, there you go, like that. But you want to have a flat part. I'm pinching the edge. See a flat part like that, almost like a wedge, so that it can attach to the piece. I just got another text. Let's see if it's about streaming. Nope. Okay. So now you just got to decide where you want the ear to go. I like it. Maybe like a low ear. That looks cool. Again, for this, because it's so small, but I'll score it. I'll take a little slip. Because that's really, I'm adding like earpiece to the flat wall. So I want to make sure that stays together. Now I'm going to take a tool like this. And I'm welding. Again, that seam you want to press together. Make sure it's attached. Be careful. I like to pick up my pieces and hold them like this while I'm sculpting, but just be careful you're not squishing the piece itself. Right, so now he's got a little tiny gross ear. I'll add some more details to that in a bit. Like I said, doing the basics first. So there's that. I'll do the other ear. I like to do offset ears, so sometimes one's bigger than the other. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Again, making just like a random ear shape. Make a flat part. This one I'm not going to score because it's so small that it's soft. Add a little water to that though. Boom. Right? Oh! Look at that! Little guys coming together. We're going to do lips next. Now, I'll show you two versions to make a mouth. One with closed mouth, closed lips, and then one with teeth. I love sculpting teeth. So I'll probably do teeth on this, but if you're not confident, you don't have this is the tool that I'm using for the teeth. I'll show this off in a second. But if you don't have this tool or you don't want to do teeth, making a closed mouth of just like lips is super easy with clay. But the easiest thing I've done today. Okay. So there's my two ears. Just squish it, reshape it. There's my bottle face so far. Okay. All right. So for lips, super easy. Oh, my hair's slowly losing control. Haven't gotten a haircut during the quarantine, so my hair's super long. Okay, so should we do a thin, like a little mouth or a big mouth? Can anyone help me? Richard, answer. Anyways, so a closed mouth, you roll two coils that look like this, right? Pointed on both ends. And then, obviously, score the face. So I'm just going to do a little score on the mouth area. Can you see that? Scored. A little water. Now put your piece of clay on like that. Give it a little press down. And now this is the top lip. So I'm going to press the top. I'm only going to smear and weld the top part. This bottom part, I'm going to leave it alone. Okay? So I'm going to take my tool. Shape it. Is he smiling? Is he frowning? Most of my guys are usually pretty angry. Angry looking. Right? So he's got his top lip, but no bottom lip yet. So bottom lip, same thing. Squish my clay into a coil, a hot dog shape, roll it in your hands so that they're pointed on both ends. And I'm just going to put that right there at the bottom. So now I'm just going to weld that bottom part. I think I'll keep the closed mouth. Alright, boom, we got a start of a face. Water break. Stay hydrated. This stuff, it pulls the moisture out of your hands, so you lose water. Okay, so now I'll do a little chin real quick. And I'm going to score it. Just take a little bit of clay. And I will make a chin. I'm just smoothing out that seam, right, where I welded it together. It's a beautiful day in Chicago. I'm excited to get out of the house today. Okay, so now our angry guy has a chin, a face. Now we're going to get into the details. So now I'm going to be adding a lot of coils, but I'm going to add some cheek laugh lines. So again, rolling a coil, it's pointed. I'm going to put this around his mouth like that so that he's got some skin there. Right, so now we've built the bone layer. Now we're going to go in and add the details to the wrinkles and the texture of the skin. Again, it's all going to look a little different. I've been sculpting faces for quite a few years now. It's crazy that I get to say that now. Yeah, all the faces you sculpt are going to be a little different. They're going to start off looks weird. You'd be like, I don't know if I like that. It looks good though, right? It's your first one, it's your second face, whatever you made. My sculpting style has completely changed from when I initially started. Maybe I'll do some Throwback Thursday pics. Today's Thursday, right? I'll do some Throwback Thursday sculpture pics on my Instagram. I used to sculpt extremely cartoony. Now I've gotten a little, they're still exaggerated. I would still describe my work as exaggerated, for sure, but they're not necessarily cartoony anymore. Before they were very cartoony, very smoothed out. All right, so there's a little wrinkle line. Just getting it to the shape that I want. All right, hold up. I'm gonna type something. So if you want to see, if you don't win the giveaway today for the print, if you don't donate today, but you want to print later, you can message me on Instagram. I highly recommend you donate today, $50, and you get a print. Because it goes to our fundraiser, Big Payback. Highly recommend you do it today. But if you want to see it, you want to message me later down the line, or you want to get it to someone else, go on there and you can message me and I will get you a print. But I'm also posting a Throwback Thursday today. So once I'm done here, once I'm off the stream, I'll post what I started to sculpt. But if you go on there, you can find my website and go and look at all the other stuff I've sculpted. Like I said, those 6 foot, 7 foot tall figures that I've made. You can look at those. That's on my website. I think I have Instagram pictures of that. You just have to slide down for a little bit. Welding my seams. Now, I don't think there's enough clay on his upper lip area. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just push that clay in. This is why my pieces are so heavy, because I add so much clay. There's different, and that adds to the weight of a piece substantially. So I made the joke when Luke was doing his workout. He's like, just grab whatever. Do this workout with anything heavy you can lift up. And I was like, you can do it with a heavy piece. Heavy ceramic sculpture. Okay, so that's our face, right? Little wrinkles on there. I'll add some more. Now I'm just gonna press in with my tool. Right, I added that clay. Now I'll press in. Now you can use all sorts of tools to add lines with. If you've seen any of my drawings, I draw really wrinkly people. So I'm just carving in, giving in some more wrinkles. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of clay. I'll do the eye next. That'll be cool. Add a little, almost like egg shape into the eye. Egg shape. Eye. Alright, so just add that clay first. And I'll take my hair to my face. Take my little tool like this. Now it's cool because it's got this little curve. Can you see that? Focus. It's got that curved edge. So that'll be super cool to go in and I'll press in the eyeball shape. Again, just be careful if you're holding your piece. Make sure you're not squishing it at all. Sometimes what I do is I'll put foam down. And then I'll lay it on the foam while I sculpt. But even that sometimes distorts your piece. Alright, so compare the two eyes. One's a little bit more rounded out, one's just a ball of clay in there, right? If you're watching on Facebook, go host a watch party. I think I did before I jumped on. I think I had that running on my phone. The size way bigger than the other one. It's all good. Boom. Little Frankenstein head looking. Should I make him a Frankenstein head? Give him little bolts on the side? That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna do it. Frankenstein bottle. Frankenbottle! That's a good name. Okay, I'm gonna do Frankenstein bottle. That'll be cool. So I'm adding his squared off head. Voldemort Richard. That's a good name. Voldemort. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan though. We just lost all of our followers for me saying that. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not a big... I always thought that was overhyped growing up. I was like, eh. So our Frankenstein head, I'm going to add some textured hair there. Out of his head. I'm just adding some hair texture. My stream good? Did it just go black? Is it still on? I think it's good. Yeah. Made a Frankenstein thing though. I did a little demo ink drawing piece and colored it. Made a little Frankenstein. Let's add some hair texture. Okay. Yeah, that Frankenstein looks pretty good. Okay, so, boom! Jolt Freak. Thank you. Alright, so this is where our face is of our Frankenstein jug. Franken bottle. Okay. I want to make his eyes. Now for his eyes, I don't know if you can see that, but I actually pressed in to the pupil area. Right, so sculpture-wise, when you can't just draw on the surface unless I'm going to paint it. But if it's just a sculpture, you press in. And again, I'm going to use this, make them eyes. I'm going to use this curved piece right here to press in and sculpt it. And you leave a little bit of clay. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And that's the highlight in the eye, right, the reflection. So I just pressed in that little shape and he's got an instant eye. Okay? Do the same thing. Press in over here. He's got some scary eyes. All right, now I'm just going to go in and press some wrinkles into his face. I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. I'm just pressing with my tool onto his face to add some textures. Make it look wrinkly. right? Drastically changed. Just pressing in those wrinkles. Sorry you can't see it. I need to figure out a good setup for... I need like a helmet with the camera on it. I'll add some eyebrows in a moment and scratch those on. Now this, Zachary said, looking good. Yeah, look at that Frankenhead. What was I going to say? Oh, this clay is pretty wet. Like I said, if you want to get like more crisper lines, you need to let it dry a little bit so that's leather hard. Then you can kind of sculpt on and get like way crisper, cleaner lines. This is kind of just smudging the clay together. But in order to get it leather hard, I would usually wrap it in a bag and just kind of let it sit. But it's good to just keep going. So I added some ear. I just kind of squish in the ear, random shakes, and that usually gets the job done. Again, I'm being mindful of how I'm holding this because I don't want to lose any of these textures I'm adding, these details. Okay. Look at that Franken jug, Franken bottle. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Reshaping the nose a bit so it's a little more E. Boom. Sculpting away. I still got 20 minutes till I'm gonna do the bird box unveiling. Hopefully I get to finish. This is like a challenge right now. Like a competition. I'm gonna carve out a little bit, make his cheekbone area be a little bit more prominent. Zachary, are you still watching? Let's see if I get a response. Just sculpting away. Boom. Look at that. Oh, did you see that? I almost dropped the bottle. Okay, so now for the lips, same thing. I'm just going to go in. I like to make them look a little crusty, a little gross. Again, I do a lot of this with just this one tool. This tool you can get at Blick for, I think it's like $1 or something. It's really cheap, but it's a great tool. I've never really had to replace it. Like, it doesn't wear out. It stays pretty sharp for the most part. I'm just patting it with my fingers to kind of dull those lines I just made. All right, like that. Okay. Boom. Boom. Fix the hair. Let's get to it. All right, now I'll do, what time I got? Plenty of time. I'm gonna take this wood tool. I'm gonna poke some like 5 o'clock shadow on him. So I'm literally just gonna take this and poke. On the clay. Maybe he's got some stubble. If I don't like it, I'll just smear it away. Oh, see, my finger messed up the ear wrinkles on this side, so I'm going to fix that. And right now, again, I'm just kind of poking some stubble texture on him. Give his face some more details. And even in my drawings, I like to draw. I'll put like dots. It's called stippling when you're drawing it. You're poking dots on your paper. But I'll put that like on the nose and stuff. And again, if you're just now tuning in or you've been watching, I'm going to remind you again, if you donate $50, you will get a print from me of the toy soldiers. If you donate $100, I will send you a sketch with it. How's that? How about them apples? And I'm just adding some extra dots on his face, give him some little like gross texture. I'm gonna take so there he is. I'm gonna take this little needle tool, give him some eyebrows. You don't want to do it too long. Just be, get in there, add the texture, be done. Otherwise you'll overdo it. You'll overthink it and it doesn't look natural then. So now, he's got some funky eyebrows. Check that out. I'll add some, I feel like the top of his lip is a little barren, so I'll add some more stubble there. Okay, let's see. Oh, John sent me a picture. He's taking a lunch break. Is it a picture of the lunch break or the clay? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, John. Like we got someone else working on a little face jug. That's pretty cool. I like that. Good job, John. Okay, 15 minutes. Can I finish the piece? Yes, I can. All right. I'm gonna take. Let me find another tool. This one I'll do. I add a little water to it, just a little pointy wood tool to smooth out the jug surface. Because I used, when I carved in this little divot, I used a tool that had like a little like fork side. So it added a texture to the bottom that added a texture to the bottle that I did not want. Sheesh. Now what I'll do is I'll let this dry out and then get rid of all these little crumbly bits. Right now, if I do it, I'll just kind of smear things together. I want to do that. Boom and boom. All right. Smoothing it out. I'll add the little bolts on him now. So for that, I'll make a flat piece of clay. And I'll try to cut a hole out of it. Let's see if I have a tool that can do that. Look at that bolt. Little big lag screw. I'm gonna see if I have something I can make a circle with. Alright, doesn't matter. I'll put this here. And I will chop the rest off. Let's see. Now you can see it. Just using that bolt that I have as a model. Slice. 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 And slice. So now what I'll do is I'll let that dry a little bit. Because I want it to keep those sharp edges. So I'll let it dry and then I'll attach it once it's like leather hard. Because if I try to pick it up right now, right, you can see that little bolt head. If I try to pick that up, it's going to squish and lose its shape. So I'm going to let that dry there. I'll make another one. Patting the clay down. Again, using this as a template. And we're just going to slice it up. And boom. Ooh, that was a gross noise. So I've got my two little bolts right there. And I'll make the little peg now. A peg, I'm thinking just roll it into a... Trying to find the right wetness of clay. Boom! Got people on Facebook again. Thank you. Host a watch party if you have not done it. Donate to CreatiVets if you have not done it. Alright, now I'm going to take X-Acto blade again. Too thick. I'm going to make it thinner. Just lightly pressing it with my fingers like this. Extending it. I don't want it too thin because it's going to break off. But that should do it. Yes, that is a good thickness. I will try to cut it in half. One, two. I'm gonna take my where'd my cork go? Hopefully not on the floor because I'll step on it. Take this, score the edge. Score the top of the bolt. Now I'm not going to use slip because that'll do too much. I'm going to add a little water. And then just set it on. Give it a little. I'll set it on press it, and then twist it a little bit. That should be enough to get it attached. Set it on, press it, twist. And now I have these two little bolts that I'll put on the side of his head. I'm gonna try to lift it. See? Boom. Check that out. So my little Franken jug looks pretty good. I've got 8 minutes. I think that's it for the clay demo. I mean, I showed you how to make a sculpture. So the next steps for this, I'll let the bolts dry out because I added that water to attach them. Let those dry out till they're like leather hard so that when I pick them up, I don't squish them. I'll attach them on the bottom of the head, right? I don't think I'm going to add any more texture to the bottle. I like the bottle the way it is, where it's kind of smooth. So I'll wrap this. It's important that you don't just let it dry out, right? You want to kind of gradually let it dry out. Everything's slow with ceramics. So I will leave it uncovered for today. Let it, the outside will dry first because that's exposed to the air. So let the outside dry today. And then I'll wrap it tonight lightly with a plastic bag so that no moisture can get out. And then that'll allow the moisture to readjust because this area will dry a lot faster than this because there's less clay up here and there's more exposed air. Okay. So I'll wrap it and let it dry. Or no, wrap it and let it reharmonize all the moisture in it. And then tonight, leave it. Tomorrow, unwrap it, see how it is, and then I can go back in and do stream starting soon. Be right back in 5.
My name is Richard Casper. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I teach the course here at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. This program started basically because after my injuries in war, I didn't know how to deal with myself. I came back, had a brain injury, my best friend was shot and killed. I didn't know myself at that point. Art has helped me by giving me a chance to have a voice again. I used to not be able to leave my house. I couldn't go talk to people. I would physically throw up and get sick. If you could be 0%, that's committing suicide, 100% being the best you can be. After the Marine Corps, after being injured, I was at probably like a 9 or a 10. And after this school, I was back to like 85% me. For people who may struggle like I did and didn't want to break out of the house and be like, I'm not sure if this is going to work, I just want them to know my story and be able to come out here and learn with other combat vets how to do art. And if they're looking for one more way, if they just come out here and give me a chance, it's going to be worth it.
What we were aiming for is to express what we were dealing with, when we were deployed and during our military career, where we literally get out of our element, go on this kind of like alternate reality to go back in time, think about what we went through, and express it to other people.
Just being exposed to different concepts of art, like at the museum and some of the contemporary art we saw, that's what influenced me to try doing a performance piece for my last project.
The opportunity to be at the school was just phenomenal. It was amazing. At lunch, we could go and wander the halls of the museums, and that was pretty awesome.
I think the hardest part was actually talking about what I've been through. It was easy talking to Richard because he is a combat veteran and he has been through stuff I've been through. And
My job was to, go find IEDs or find landmines or anti-personnel landmines and take them apart. And little did I know, I was putting that stuff inside me.
At first, it's a little hard to let yourself become vulnerable. You won't really know what to do right away. It takes a couple days. I know for me, it took a week.
Being surrounded by a bunch of veterans that know what combat feels like, knows the after effects of combat, knows how it feels to come home. It was really comfortable being here.
They're gonna come to class like normal college students, treated like normal people that know how to be like, I can be in college, I am a normal person, and I could live like everybody else lives. If even one of them chose to go to college and study art and has that artist brain to where it saved them, it's totally worth it.
We're going to do that one more time. Still cleaning. Stay tuned.
My name is Richard Casper. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I teach the course here at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. This program started basically because after my injuries in war, I didn't know how to deal with myself. I came back, had a brain injury, my best friend was shot and killed. I didn't know myself at that point. Art has helped me by giving me a chance to have a voice again. I used to not be able to leave my house. I couldn't go talk to people. I would physically throw up and get sick. If you could be 0%, that's committing suicide, 100% being the best you can be. After the Marine Corps, after being injured, I was at probably like a 9 or a 10. And after this school, I was back to like 85% me. For people who may struggle like I did and didn't want to break out of the house and be like, I'm not sure if this is going to work, I just want them to know my story and be able to come out here and learn with other combat vets how to do art. And if they're looking for one more way, if they just come out here and give me a chance, it's going to be worth it.
What we were aiming for is to express what we were dealing with, you know, when we were deployed and during our military career, where we literally get out of our element, go on this kind of like alternate reality to go back in time, think about what we went through, and express it to other people.
Just being exposed to different concepts of art, like at the museum and some of the contemporary art we saw, that's what influenced me to try doing a performance piece for my last project.
The opportunity to be at the school was just phenomenal. It was amazing. At lunch, we could go and wander the halls of the museums, and that was pretty awesome.
I think the hardest part was actually talking about what I've been through. It was easy talking to Richard because he is a combat veteran and he has been through stuff I've been through. And
My job was to, go find IEDs or find landmines or anti-personnel landmines and take them apart. And little did I know, I was putting that stuff inside me.
At first, it's a little hard to let yourself become vulnerable. You won't really know what to do right away. It takes a couple days. I know for me, it took a week.
Being surrounded by a bunch of veterans that know what combat feels like, knows the after effects of combat, knows how it feels to come home. It was really comfortable being here.
They're gonna come to class like normal college students, treated like normal people that know how to be like, I can be in college, I am a normal person, and I could live like everybody else lives. If even one of them chose to go to college and study art and has that artist brain to where it saved them, it's totally worth it.
All right, look at this, that clean table. If you are working in ceramics, let's talk a little safety before I get to the unboxing. Don't sweep up really fast if you got clay dust on the floor or on your table. You always want to wipe it up with a wet sponge or a wet rag. If it's on a floor, use a mop. That dust that it creates, you really don't want to breathe that in. That'll give you micro cuts in your lungs called silicosis. A little safety for the day, so please don't do that. That didn't do anything but highlight my address. All right, doesn't matter. Send me some fan mail if you see it. Boom, got a new follower. All right, are we ready? Can we confirm? Do we have the participants with the bird boxes on? Should I start? I'm going to start. I'm going to do a little unboxing and then we'll get started. So we got like 10 minutes of me at least talking about it. Yeah, so a little bit about our art boxes. We've been thinking of ways to reach veterans when we can't go out. What can we do? So we made these art kits. This is the first one we had. Someone donated a bunch of awesome stuff. There we go. Someone donated some cool stuff to us. So I'm gonna do a little unboxing today of our first CreatiVets art box. I said box like 20 times. So let's get to it. Check out this cool little pocket knife I got. Ooh, got that in Chinatown in Chicago. It doesn't work very well. Okay, so open the box. I think I have 2 things in here. We're only going to build one today. Sorry about that noise. Open it. Boom. Got some bubble wrap. All right, so this is what we're not going to use today. But this is a make your own guitar strap craft kit. It's got all these, look at that nice leather. Super cool. Not going to do this in this stream today, but stay so we can make that. Super cool. Leather proudly donated by Lazy Boy. That's awesome. Cool. Check that out. So, today we're going to be making a bird house. Check that out. I can give that to my grandpa. He'd love that. All right. Yay, leather. That's what I'm talking about. So, there are instructions. I'm assuming I'm going to need a hammer. They didn't send me a hammer, so hopefully you have a hammer. I got to find mine. I'm opening it. Is this how you're supposed to open it? Yeah. Join our Discord. If you just joined the stream, I just did clay. Oh, yeah. My stream is really good. If you just joined the stream and you donate while I'm on, donate $50. I'll give you a cool print. Check this out. Where is it? Boom, it's right here. This is my demo print. You're not going to get the one that I beat up all the time. You'll get this awesome toy soldier print, risograph, museum paper. It's a little nice heavy-duty paper. Check that out. So if you want this, donate $50 right now. You donate $50 right now, you get that print. I will mail it to you by the end of the week. Okay. Like that. If you donate 100, yeah, Tito, we're doing the birdhouse now. If you donate 100 right now, I'll send you this signed with some original art with it. Okay, so let's get all the pieces out. I know Tito's doing this with me. I'm unboxing it. Let's see what it looks like. Here we see we've got a little paint here. I'm assuming for touch-ups, this is like... Oh, this is what it's going to look like. Therapeutic craft kit. Check that out. Exciting. And it's got... Oh. Watch me... We're going to put them together with these little bits. Watch me be the one that's short on them. Because we have some extra ones. So if you're one of the veterans right now and you're opening up your box and you're like, where are these at? We need these. Let me know. Or just message in the chat and we'll have to mail you those. Because we had some leftover ones that we didn't know where they went. Angela, miss you too. How you doing? One of our past participants. My first class that I was with. She actually said... I quote it a lot when I talk about working with CreatiVets. Is, if you can teach a vet to talk about things, you could teach anyone. Because at the time, I was still at the School Art Institute studying how to be a teacher before I became a... it's this way. There we go. Before I became a... I went that way. Move this camera. There we go. A CPS teacher. I teach in Chicago. In addition to this. So... All right. I'm assuming this is what everyone's doing right now. Put this print away. I'll bring that out again. Donate $50 right now. I'll send you a print. Donate $100, I'll sign it. And I'll send you original art. So I'm just going to kind of get all the pieces laid out. And then make sure I have everything. Okay, let's do this. Angela Tito's in the chat. I think you guys can see each other. All right. Please read all instructions before starting. Test fit all parts before sanding and gluing in place. See, I knew we needed glue. Sand the wood parts in the direction of the grain. Oh, this cup contains wood glue. It wasn't paint, Richard. Richard thought this was paint, so did I. This is wood glue. All right, good to know. The holes are meant to be assembled with them facing the inside of your kit. Okay. I'm just reading. Do you want me to read it out loud? Do people want to know? Yes, Angela, you were definitely teachable. Come on now, I remember saying that. The enclosed glue will not work on finished surfaces. Make sure only to glue the parts together on the raw wood surface. Okay. There's no material list. So we're just gonna wing it. So I'm gonna use a paintbrush to apply my glue. I'll use this little gross one I have. Yeah, we'll use that. So, get a little brush. That's how I'm going to apply my wood glue. I just knocked Bob Ross off the table. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. I have way more than 3 holes. So let's do this. Let's get it. All right. Step 1. We will assemble the left and right side panels. Collect 2 corner posts. So that is... These are the corner posts with the angled edge. 1 long and 1 short. Oh wait, hold on. These are the corner posts. Get 1 long, 1 short, like this. Okay? Right? They're slightly off. Get 1 long, 1 short. That's what we'll need first. Place them flat on your work surface on one side panel. So I guess, yeah, so the holes go on the inside. So that's going to be facing up. And then 1 short one on the short side, right? This is angled. So short side, long side like this. And I'm going to put the brown side, I don't know if yours looks like this, but my brown side is going to go down so that the holes are facing up. Okay? Make sure outer desired finish of panel is facing up and the angled edge on top. Position and glue the short posts, the side, and long posts, long side shown. Okay, so we have to make sure that the bottom edge are all aligned. The top ones are going to be wonky. That's okay, but the bottom ones need to be aligned. So I'm going to apply my wood glue to the sides. Here, so in between this piece and this piece. Did that make sense? People that are watching, are you following? So I'm going to put all this to the side so that you only see what I'm working with. So I've got the angled piece. The angled part is the top. Again, we're doing this. Okay? Take my brush, take my wood glue. Ooh. Is that Elmer's glue? It's wood glue. I'm going to take this. Now, it said not a lot. It said you didn't need a lot. So I'm going to put a healthy amount, but not too much. Wood glue is pretty strong. When I took woodshop classes in school, put about that much, a little schmear. When I took woodshop classes in school, they told me that was, the nail was there for aesthetics, but the wood glue is pretty much what put it together. Okay, putting a little bit more on this one, small one. Now, it just says we're just going with it. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I have to. I have to be. Okay. Gluing. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I mean, I think so. There is no peg for those. Okay, so there's that piece. Step 2, repeat the same assembly to complete the second side panel. Okay, so get the angled piece and these two. All right, so I'm going to make the other side. So now this should be the opposite. So one's angled this way, one's angled this way. And again, make sure that the bottom is attached or is aligned. The top can be janky, but the bottom needs to be smooth. I'm adding quite a bit of glue. If you've got extra wood glue, just do a line of it. You can have your own bottle, but I don't. So if you're using this, use a little brush. You can use your finger too. Boom. Boom. Alright. There we go. Putting it on the other side. Again, making sure the bottom is lined up. I'm squishing it together and I'm kind of holding it there. I'll do that to the other one for a little bit. I don't know how long this wood glue takes to dry, but I'm going to hold it for a bit. Repeat. So now I'm on step 2. Repeat the same assembly step to complete the second panel. So I've got 2 panels. Alright, step 3. Collect the back panel. Has no holes. The back panel, no holes. And the front panel with holes. Front panel has the big hole in it. So back, front. Position and glue the back panels to the long sides and front panel as shown. So I'm on this step. Okay. So, is this good to pick up now? That was pretty fast. All right, so I've taken the side panels, and now we're going to glue like this. Does that make sense? So I'm going to try that. We didn't do the bottom, though. There's no bottom? There is a bottom. Okay, the base panel is the last one. Oh, because that's... Yeah, so, Richard, I'm the one missing dowels. I'll figure it out. Okay, so we're going to glue the front and then the backs on. That glue dries pretty fast. So I'm going to glue... I guess it doesn't matter which one. Yeah, Tito's laughing at me. Of course, I'm the one missing. How many do you have? I've got 3. I mean, we'll get to that in a second, but I think you need more than 3. All right, so I'm going to glue the sides of the front first. We'll do the front side first. This glue is thick. Right, not too much, but enough. Put glue on the other side. Now I'm going to quickly get this glued. Let me find the other one. Okay. I'm gonna put this one. I got like extra holes on mine. The gross side on the inside, so the birds can see it on the inside, but I can't see it on the outside. Again, make sure the bottom's flat. Make sure it's flush. I've got a little extra glue. I'm just gonna smear that down. Okay, so that's the front. I gotta glue the back. Are we following along? Someone's watching this stream and isn't making a birdhouse and thinks this is the most entertaining thing. Thank you for being here. They just want to see me mess up. That's what it is. They're like, this dude's something else. All right, add my glue. I'm about to run out of glue. I'm gonna ease up on the glue. I gotta glue the other side. Tito has 5. I have 3. Well, Tito, I think you're set. I think you need 4 for the bottom and then 1 for the front, and I only have 3. So I will walk you through it as if I had 5. But I only have 3. I'll figure it out. Okay. Tito has 5. I have 3. Oh well. All right. Glue in the back. I'm keeping it upright. Squish the back panels together, making sure they're flush. I'm not applying. All right. I guess you don't have to clamp this, but I'm just going to press it a little bit. Right? Boom. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to leave that alone. I'll leave that alone, then I break it. So get it so it's touching. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then leave it alone. Okay. That seems good. I'm going to leave that there. Read the next step. Collect the roof, which is this. Dado slots down. Align the dado slots at the top of the 2 slides. Position and apply glue to secure the roof to your birdhouse where the raw wood edges size reach. So this area where the dadoed side is, this little these slices off is going to go here, like that. Okay. I'm going to wait a second. No volume. Is my mic out? Turn your volume up. You have no volume? Someone has no volume? YouTube. Who's watching on YouTube? Does it not work? I don't think the audio's out. I haven't gotten any text saying that I messed it up. Yeah, Tito hears me. Sweet. Volume's still up. So if you're on YouTube, maybe switch to a different platform if it's not working right now. Or check and make sure that you don't have your mic muted. Yeah, so I'm just going to wait a second. I'm going to let that kind of dry. I'm going to read ahead and see what we do next. There will be an open side in the front and the rear. Birdhouse, remember the roof is glued to the 2 sides. Okay. Yeah, so 1 dowel rod's going to go on the front. Step 6, collect the base panel. Yeah, so I should have another. So you need 5, Tito. You're good. So you need 1 for the front, and then 4 on the bottom to hold it together. I will just do the 1 on the front and then 2 on the bottom. Cool. Is this dry? It's dry enough. All right, so top one. Yeah, Kyle hears me too. Sweet. So if you're watching on YouTube and the audio is not working for some reason, switch to either Facebook, Twitch, or Mixer. You should be able to find us. I'm going to put some glue down on this now. On YouTube as well. Okay, sweet. So we're good. So if you're having some volume issues, check your computer. It might just be a thing with your computer. Thank you, Kyle, for checking that. All right, so I'm going to use the rest of my glue because this is the only thing we have to glue left. Oh wait, no. Don't use the rest of your glue on this because you'll need a little glue for the little dowel at the front. Okay. So I've got some extra glue in there to use. Okay. Boom! Look at those. Lots of stars worth 100. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to glue it. I'm going to just make it flush with the front. You can put it at any angle you would prefer. But you will have an open space at the front and the back. That's okay. That is planned. I'm just going to make sure. Make sure that... Oh, mine's like... Why is mine like that? Uh-oh. Garrett messed it up. How did I misalign this? First of all, how did I misalign it? I misaligned it, and now my top's not on there. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. Okay, so these panels here need to be as close to the inside as possible. If you haven't already glued that, I'm so sorry. These walls have to be as close to the inside as possible for the dado to work. I don't know why it didn't say that in the instructions. I'm going to... Oh boy. Do I want to try to pull that apart? I mean, it's now or never. Oh, man. No, that's glued. Garrett messed up. Thank you for sending me the sparks, even though I messed up the birdhouse. So, I might have to go up. Now it has air circulation. Correct, Tito. I mean, I'm just going to go with it and try to get it to glue. So if you're doing this, make sure that... I'm going to put a nail through the thing. That's how I'll fix it. So when you're attaching it, this wall needs to be as close to the center as possible. Otherwise, it will... the top won't fit, which is where I'm at with my predicament. I'm about to nail this thing into the top. We're going off script because it doesn't really fit. All right, well that's something that I'll do for future ones. Okay, so let's say your top fits on there. Like that. The bottom is going to be dowel rotted in. Did I get the... Okay, that just kind of sits in there. Okay. Does this work as a dowel? Yep. So I tell you what, I'm going to make my own dowels in a second with this paintbrush. Okay, so this is what you have. Now it says here, I'm on step, I finished step 4. I've glued it on the dadoed slots. I'm on step 5 now. It says collect the dowel, insert and glue it to one small hole just below the large hole on the front side. So that's where the little bird perch is. So I'm going to take my dowel rod. I'm just going to kind of gather the glue on the thing itself. Boom, there we go. I put a little glue there. Check that out. Okay, so again, if you're doing the bird box, these side walls need to be as close to the inside as possible or your roof will not fit, like mine. So I'm going to put a nail through that once it's all dry. That's upsetting. I did that wrong. Richard's like, we shouldn't have had you do it. All right, so if you're going to apply paint or finish the raw wood parts, do so now. So this bottom part, you're just going to put the dowel rods, and I'm going to make my own. Where's that rag I had? I'm going to make 2 makeshift dowel rods because I only had, look at this. Check this out, MacGyver this. I'm going to take the brush head off, and I've got a piece of wood, and I'm going to make 2 dowel rods. Do I have like a saw? I do. Oh God. Sorry about that noise. All right, let's do this. Let's saw it. We're going places with this this stream today. Look at this. I'm sawing through the paintbrush to make a dowel. How much time do I have? I have half an hour. I have time. I have half an hour to make the thing. Richard's like 10 minutes. Dowel rod. I'm going to just leave this one the way it is. Oh, I'll cut it. you're curious what tool I'm using, it's this guy, this like all-purpose thing. I'll show you in case you're curious. I'm just like sawing it. I could have cut it with a pair of pliers, but okay. Dowel. Dowel. Sweet. Now I have the right amount of dowels. Okay, so for the bottom attachments, I'll show you how to do that as well. What's that? Bring my painting rag over here. Glue everywhere. More on my hands, I feel like a 5th grader with issues. Nope, I am currently covered in glue as well. So you're doing fine. So for the bottom, you don't glue these. You just put them in. So I'm going to put one on each side. I'll go through the inside out. I just got my thumb there to feel the edge when it reaches. What is in there? Oh, it's just like, yeah. Using my makeshift dowel rods. So fun. No! So you put them in like that. And then you set this, your little bottom, into it. And that's so they can build a little nest in there, but then there's airflow, and then you can take that out and clean it out when the birds are done. Here's this. I'm going to go get a... Do I want a drill? Do I have a drill bit that size? I might. Give me a second. Keep working on the birdhouses. I will make a hole bigger. I don't think any of my local birds will fit. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, make it bigger. Why not? We're going to go off script and we're gonna drill into the thing. All right. Are we figuring it out? Did everyone else's birdhouse fit together? And it's just mine that's having issues? Let's see if I even have drill bits. Safety first. I don't know what's on these glasses. Let's do this. Do I even have drill bits? No. Am I going to screw a drywall screw into this? Yes. Perfect size for a bluebird. Yeah, Justin. Justin, are you... Oh, that's way too big. Maybe I'll just do little tack nails. Let's check if I have tack nails. I just need something to hold it down. It's not going to blow away. Yeah. We're gonna hit a hammer in it. Okay. Gotta equip that PPE. Yeah. I'll get a better pair of glasses in a second. Alright, we'll put the random box of things up there. Do I have glasses that I'd actually wear for this? Yep. I could Gorilla Glue it too. Alright. Got the appropriate PPE. Not gonna drill it. I'm gonna hit it with a hammer. Watch me break this thing. We're going off script. So I'm just going to use 2 little tack nails. Is that enough? That'll be good. Tito believes in me. I wish I had drill bits so I can make sure this is going to work. That's going to break the bird box, but we're going to try. Nope, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm going to break the bird box first. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, not a sponsor. Gorilla Glue. Here we go. All right. I need to wet this. Well, use my water. Wet. Wet. I'm not drinking that anymore. Wet. All right. So if you mess up, little Gorilla Glue. Damp it. All surface must be clean and tight fitting. That's not the case. Lightly dampen. Spread a thin layer of Gorilla Glue over the surface. Let's get it. Hopefully this works. I think this glue is still good. Oh, yes. Okay, now this is the foaming stuff. So I'm going to smear it. Put some here too. Okay. Tito believes in me. I got 6 people watching on Mixer. This dude's messing up a simple kit. I'm gonna tape it because this stuff's gonna foam and spread my bird box around, my birdhouse. I'm gonna tape the sides because I am gonna paint on the front. Okay, just keeping that secure. So if you're going off script like me, this may or may not work. I'm not sure yet. Here we go. Birdhouse. Mine's messed up, but yours isn't. Thank you. Okay, so let's paint this bad boy. Don't need these nails or anything anymore. How's everyone else doing? Send CreatiVets the Instagram a message. A picture of what you got going on. And then I can see it. Or text me. If you have my number, send it to me. Tito says perfect. Yeah. If all else fails, duct tape. Lots of duct tape. Yeah, I even have some green duct tape. Maybe I'll use that. They sent me a kit that didn't have the dowels. I'm just going to blame it on that. I'm going to just say my game was thrown off because I wasn't given the proper equipment. So now let's get creative. So now we've got this. Luana. Should I? Oh, Luana's. Maybe I'll go put those Hawaiian shorts on. Luana is one of our participants and was giving me fashion advice. Gladly taken. I haven't worn those shorts since. So I've got the birdhouse made. I had to take a detour. Is my light on? Yeah. I had to take a detour. Always inspect your equipment. What am I inspecting? I already inspected it. And I realized that I didn't have it. That's them. Yell at Richard. Richard didn't check the box to make sure I had the dowels. So someone else probably might be missing something. I think it's just me, though. Just got an award. We got 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Success. So I've got the birdhouse set. I had to put Gorilla Glue in mine to get it to stick. I don't even know if that's going to work. I'm going to take this and get like my other drill bits and attach this thing. Because I don't know if this is going to foam up and glue. Justin's messing with me. Yeah. So this is where you should be at. It should be glued. I'm going to do a little drawing on the front and then on the back and on the roof. Maybe I'll make it look like a brick house. That sounds fun. So you can use anything. I think this surface would be really nice with Sharpie, and then you could put like a little shellac over it to seal it. It did say in there, allow time for it to dry completely as birds do not like the smell of finish. Yeah, Tito, he wanted us to get creative. I sacrificed one of my paintbrushes to make the dowels that I needed. So I'll paint it like a brick house. So let me get my palette out. We'll do oil paint, because that's all I have in my studio right now. So I'll mix up. I see that I still got some red. Ooh, and I can still use it. Yes. I'm going to paint a red brick house. And again, if you're interested, yep, 5/50 zip ties. Zip ties work. I got a whole bunch of those. I could do that. If you want to do the guitar strap thing, send us a message. That's another kit that we can do. We're making more. Those are some stuff that we had readily available. Okay. Let's see. No messages from me. We're good. Okay. Let me get a brush. I'll use this little square guy. Let me get a cup of water, because I will be painting. Where's my painting cup? Over here. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me get some water. I'm back. Almost dropped the water. How's everyone's birdhouses doing? Cup of water. I have had these brushes. I'll use those in a bit. But I want to use this square one. So I'm thinking I'm going to paint the whole front red. And it's coated in like a... And I don't even know what that's just coated in paint or something. So I'm gonna paint it all red and then use a tool to scrape off the like little white lines for the bricks. I think that'll be cool. That's dry. So is that. Okay. Let me clean off my palette because this stuff is dry. So whatever you're using, like I said, I think. What is it? Sharpies would work very well on this surface. I've done a couple projects with it. With this type of surface and using Sharpies. I'm not going to clean this whole thing, but I'll clean some of it. So you could use a Sharpie. I'm going to use oil paint. I'm going to mix up some red. I'm going to make it look like a brick house. So I'm going to paint it all red. Put the CreatiVets logo so some birds can feel inspired. All right. I'll put that on the top. I'll do brick house around it, and then I'll do the logo on top. Now, how much time left? Yeah, I got plenty of time. I do that. Speed painting. So if you're interested in doing oil painting, again, this is just a sheet of glass. It's soft on the edges. If you got a sharp edge, just duct tape it. But then you can mix up your oil paint on the surface. And it's super easy to clean if you got one of these little X-Acto blades. I'm going to clean the whole thing. I got the time. Show the process. Clean, clean, clean. Boom, look at that. It's a clean palette. I don't know what you can do with this stuff. It's gross. Like I'm gonna just leave that in the corner. All right. What are other people gonna do on their birdhouses? What are you guys gonna do? What are y'all gonna do? Okay. So, plan of attack. I'm gonna paint it red and then scrape it off with something. Let me find that something before I paint anything. Do I have, maybe I can use a blade? Could I use this? Oh, I could use this. We're gonna do that. So I'm gonna mix up a nice red. We'll do, We'll do a bright red, and then we'll do a dark red. I'll highlight with bright red. Okay, so you'll learn a little bit about paint mixing. Okay. Oh, I need my palette knives. Palette knives are here. You could spray paint this thing too. That'd be fun. Palette knife for mixing. I think I just got a follower on Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to mix a dark red first. Nice, rich, fire brick red. Use a little bit more. And again, I'm using this is a water-based oil paint, Winsor Newton. Doesn't have a lot of off-gassing, but this will take a couple days for it to dry. What is the glass thing? This is my palette. So when you're working with oil paint, let me show you. Right, when you're working with oil paint, you need something to mix the paint on. So you can get like a plastic one, but the best thing you can use is just a pane of glass. And I had this big circle one that I used. It was like this big, and it had sharp edges, so you duct tape it so you don't cut. But this is just a little smooth edge window pane, and it allows you to mix your paint. Because then you can, like I just showed, I just scraped it all off, and you can keep reusing it. The one is going to have a silver base with some beads on it right now. Ooh. Yeah, get some gluing things on here. I got a hot glue gun. That'd be fun. So I'm going to do a brick house inspired by like a firehouse or something. Should I paint the whole thing red? That seems cool to me. I'll use a big one. Add a little bit of water. And this is the Bob Ross coming out. Add a little bit of water. Mix it. Today. But right now until 12, I'll be on here painting. If you want one of these CreatiVets toy prints, you donate $50 right now. Click any of these links that we're spamming you. $50 will get you one of these 11x17 risograph prints. All these images were hand-drawn by me and then printed with a risograph machine. Super cool. A lot of people have these. I know they're in like New York and other places. I just sent one out to New York yesterday. That's why I said New York. So if you want one of these, donate $50. If you want a little extra, donate $100. I'll send you an original piece of art, the print with my signature on it as well. Okay. So I'm going to do a red brick house. So I'm just going to paint it now. Acrylic would probably be better than oil for this, but I don't have my acrylic here. I'm not going to paint the roof red. I don't know what color I want that. Tito said boom. Is that from the print, or did you do some? All right. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming later with Zachary. I'm going to be showing off our Bridgeport space. So if you're interested in seeing our brick and mortar in Chicago, it's been so terrible. I mean, having to stop all of our programs had a halt on everything. So we were going to have this space set up, and we were able to launch it and do all this cool stuff in there. We were just about to do a drawing class there, and then had to stop everything. So I'm super excited to show it off so that when the world goes back to a little normal of a space, we can have some people there. Graduates, anyway, if you're in Chicago, let me know, make some art there. A lot of spray paint and acrylic. Boom to your soldier's picture. That's what I'm talking about, Tito. Boom to the soldier's picture. Thank you. Spray paint and acrylic. Yeah, acrylic would probably be the best because it'll do a nice little coat. The oil paint wants to soak into something, and because this is like coated with like an enamel or something, it's not really working well. On the raw wood, it is. It's like soaking into the wood, which is nice. And this is when I get paint on my table. Okay, you can't even see that. I was trying to do it so you could see me paint it. Look at that red house. Check that out. Okay, and a little bit more bright red to it. Now you might not be able to see the difference in color, but I sure can. A little bright red in there. Okay, let's try this scraping technique that I had thought of. So I'm going to try to scrape the brick texture into it. Yeah. I'm going to show you in a second. See? Make it look like a brick house. Can I scrape it off the wood? Kinda. Probably gonna have to just paint that. I'm gonna just paint that. So scraping that brick texture in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like we've been saying in all of our streams, you know, do what feels right. So I'm doing all the horizontal stripes first, and then I'll go down and scrape all the individual bricks in. Do birds like red? Someone Google that. Do birds like red? If I was a lefty, you could see this perfectly. Boom! Look at that. Alright. Where's the rack? Now I'm going to go back in and add the little lines down so you can see the bricks. Right? See the bricks coming in? Let me give you a close up on that. We got a little brick, that little cartoon brick house. Cartoon bird house. Okay? Now, did I get red on me? No. I'm just alternating where the bricks are. Now with oil paint, it's going to take a couple days for this to dry. That's why I am doing this scraping method, because I knew it wouldn't dry right away. If you do acrylic, it'll dry a little faster. So if you're doing a brick house, maybe just paint the bricks, the lines. Now I will coat this. I'll do like a shellac on it. I feel like that elbow gets closer and closer to the paint. Yeah, I know. I keep thinking it's gonna go. One said looks good. I like the little brick emoji. Thank you. Boom. Look at this. Look at that little brick birdhouse. Looks pretty cool. All right. Gross. Now I'm gonna leave I like the wood, the like dark wood. I don't know if yours has dark wood. If I just coat mine with glitter, it'll be a perfect Mother's Day present to my mom. No mistaking which kid it's from. Do it. Coat it with glitter. Just seal it. Okay. I'm going to leave the brown wood there. I like that. So I'm going to paint the little trims with the red. Honestly, I could make those white. Would that look better? It might look better white. Anyways, I'm going to do the brick on the back too. Maybe I'll do white on the sides. That sounds good. So just going to do another coat on the back. And I've got like 5 minutes. Team, who's after me? Tim is on. Can I go over? Or do I need to jump off? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. Where's my chat? Tito, yours is all white. Yeah, see, they use different scrapwood, which is cool. Can I get a confirmation? Can I go over like 10 minutes? Finish our birdhouse thing? Who's watching right now? Kyle, I know Kyle is. Kyle, can I get a confirmation? Is that foam stuff foaming up? Ooh, it is! I think that's going to work. Timmy's come back. Tim answered himself. Thank you, Tim. We're going to go over a little bit, finish this up. I promise I'll work fast. As he checks his phone and doesn't paint. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm going to paint this back part. Can't paint the top yet because I'm not really sure that it's secured. So I'll let that sit overnight like that. And I'm just painting the back. Alright, get a little red on there. I need some more. Alright, I need it. I gotta mix it a little darker. I don't like that bright red. Can I get an amen? Mo Garrett, Mo love. Alright. That's what Tim just said. Thank you, Tim. Mix that dark red real quick. And again, using that glass, you can really make use of all the paint you have. Okay. Add a little water. Break it down a little bit. Speed painting. Because the painting's the easy part for me. I just got to put the red on. I've got paint. Nah, I should have put newspaper down. I got paint all over my desk, but I'll wipe it off. Or scrape it off. One of the two. Richard gave me a text. He said, get off. Let's see. Oh my god, swipe. Okay. Got the red on. Boom. Now I'm going to scrape the bricks into it. Now what I'm going to do, I just thought of it. I think it'd be pretty cool. I'll do the bricks and then Tito said put the CreatiVets logo on it. So I'll let this dry. Maybe I'll do another stream later this week. If you all want to jump back on, love to have you. I'll do like a graffiti CreatiVets spray paint on it, like it was a birdhouse that was graffitied by a CreatiVets member. So I'm just adding my little lines across. right? There are my bricks. It's way more vibrant on the camera. All right, now... Scraping the brick texture on there. And again, I'll let this dry where it's at. Then I can go back on a couple days later, let it dry a little bit, and I can add some highlights to the bricks. If I want like some little spots of bright red or little areas of dark red, make it look a little bit more 3D, I can do that. I probably will, that'd be cool. All right. Front birdhouse brick. Back. Did I get red on me? I got red on my hand. Back bricks are done. I will leave the brown on the sides. I like the brown. I know some people have white on the sides of theirs. I'm going to leave mine like that. I'll paint this red, this red, and then the roof I'll make it look like shingles, like maybe brown shingles to go with the side. But that's it. Mrs. OEF says she loves it. It's not done, but I'm going to hop off so that Tim can get set up and get his music on, which will be fun for people. So again, thank you all for, someone said, got some clear glow-in-the-dark paint that we used to apply a thin coat after it's painted so the birds can land at night. That's awesome. Good job, Tito. So thank you to everyone that has jumped on so far. Again, I will allow the next 5 minutes if you decide. If you donate $50 right now, I will send you one of the artist prints, right, of mine. This is a risograph print of our toy soldier design. If you donate up to 100, I will send you an original piece of art, the print, and I'll sign both of them. So if you want that, please donate. Please donate in general, but there's a little incentive for you. So stay on. We got a lot of stuff going on today. I will be back on streaming at, let me just double check. I will be back on at 4. So if you're interested in the Chicago part of CreatiVets and you want to see the space here and we can talk more about art, please jump back on at 4 o'clock and I will do a little interview with Zachary and we'll go from there. We'll talk about stuff. How do you donate? Luana, you can click on any of the links that are popping up in the chat. Or if you go to creativets.org, you can click the donate button there, and it'll all go to where it needs to go. So again, you can click on the links that are in the chat if they're popping up on Facebook. 4 p.m. Central Time, Tito. I will be on at 4 p.m. Central Time, and I'll be doing a little interview with Zachary, talking about Chicago, what we do here with CreatiVets, and showing off the space. Cool? Sound good? All right. Yeah, that's it. When you're done, people that are doing the birdhouses, take pictures when you're all done. Send it to us. We'd love to see them all finished, and we can put them on our story. All right? Cool. See you later. Thanks again. I will stop. I'm just going to stop the streaming now, Tim, so you can just jump straight on. All right? See y'all later. Thank you.